What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, come to y'all with a quick video today. We're going to talk about Denver Nuggets and Bradley Beal. This is a trade that people have been wanting to see or thought should happen or make sense for happening, but I never really talked about it on this channel or told you my analysis on the situation. So I'm going to do it today because it's something that probably could happen, but when you look at the Denver Nuggets with Jokic and Murray and being a team that finished in the number 2 seed, number 3 seed, and going to the Western Conference Finals. They're trying to get over the hump. They're trying to make moves that can allow them to be able to beat teams like the Lakers, who they lost to last year, and obviously the Clippers. Those are the two teams that you want to be able to beat in the Western Conference because those are the two best teams in the West. And I already feel like they can compete with Utah. They proved that last year when they beat them in the 7-game series. And it took them 7 games to beat the Los Angeles Clippers, but they ultimately fell in 5 games to the Los Angeles Lakers, which is the best team in the NBA to me still. And that's the team that you have to take down if you want to come out the West. And that's the only way you can win the title is getting to the NBA Finals first. So, Bradley Beal isn't going to solve their problems defensively. You look at the thing that the Nuggets are known for, well, they're going to score a lot of points and they're not going to be the greatest defensive team, or they're not going to get a series of stops. And Bradley Beal isn't honestly going to change that. He's going to continue to, be a bad defender like he has been in Washington. I don't see him getting traded to Denver and becoming the best defender or a great two-way player. I just don't see that happening because that's just not his game. That's just not what he is. But he does give them something that they've been struggling with, and that's consistency from the perimeter. Bradley Beal has been a 30-point scorer the last 2 years, and before that, he has been a consistent 20-point scorer, and he has played better in the playoffs, and that's what matters most is can you have guys that can step up and, elevate their game. And on top of that, you need guys that can get their own shot and create their own shot. And Bradley Beal has also increased his ball handling skills while also increasing his playmaking skills. Obviously, I don't believe he's going to be a 30-point scorer in Denver because you have guys like Jokic and Murray that can create for, Bradley Beal and get him easy opportunities and easier opportunities than what he's getting in Washington. But also, he doesn't need to do that anymore because he has two guys that can help him out on that end. And it's better to be more versatile and more, you know, having more options. And having more options means he's going to have to do less. Obviously, you'll be giving up Michael Porter Jr. if you're trading for Bradley Beal. And that doesn't hurt as much because he has potential to be a great player when you're already getting a great player in Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal has also been loyal so far in Washington. So I think if he asks for a trade, I don't think he's going to be ready to jump ship right away, which means you probably have a good chance of retaining him if he does, eventually ask to get traded from Washington. Denver definitely should be one of the teams that he should want to go to because they already been pretty good team in the Western Conference, a tougher conference, and they've been able to be, very good at, what they do. And Mike Malone is a great coach that's going to hold you accountable and is going to demand you to be great. He just didn't have the personnel to be a great defensive team, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they're not one. But you are what you are. You are who you are. So at the end of the day, he had to get the best out of the roster and out of the talent that he has had, and I feel like he has done that. And Denver now is just trying to see what they can do to become a championship team. And now, making the move for Bradley Beal and, trading your young talent and your picks is basically going all in that Bradley Beal is the missing piece for your team, and he should be enough to get you over teams like the Lakers and the Clippers, and he should be able to get you to the NBA Finals, and that's going to be something that's going to be remain to be seen. If you're trading for Bradley Beal, you feeling like he can get you over the hump, or he's a guy that can get you to the championship, and that's going to be on Bradley Beal to be able to live up to that and be able to perform at that level. He has done it in Washington, but they haven't been able to get that far. never going to a conference finals, never even coming close to an NBA finals, and they didn't have the talent that he would have in Denver. But that's why you have to take advantage of the opportunity if you do get traded to Denver. But even if they trade for Bradley Beal, they would be able to make one more move. So that would be something that's interesting. You trade to get Bradley Beal, and then you try to get that next little role player, that next piece to try to be able to go all in on the title. And Bradley Beal is young enough that he can grow with Jokic. He can grow with Murray as he's still in his 20s, and he has still been getting better every season. So it's not like you're going to go down in value. He is a better player than Michael Porter Jr., and he might always be a better player than Michael Porter Jr., as we don't know how good Michael Porter Jr. is going to be. He's based off more potential, and Bradley Beal is based off something that's proven. It's something that you already know how dominant he is, and how great he is as an offensive player, and what he can do as a ball handler and a playmaker. While Michael Porter Jr., you're hoping that he can be that guy, and you're hoping that he can become that guy, but we're not 100% sure that he will. Plus, you had the injury concerns. We know that Michael Porter Jr. had a lot of injuries, and that held him back, and that's why he went down in the draft. And you can get off that contract and get a guy that's been healthy for the last couple of years and has been pretty productive for the last couple of years, and Bradley Beal. So to me, this really is a no-brainer. You will have to lose and take a gamble on, that Michael Porter Jr. will never be as good as Bradley Beal, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because how many players can average 35 points a game? How many guys can lead teams to playoffs and be a guy that can play on and off the ball while also being able to be unstoppable when he does have the ball and decide to score? And that's something that if Jamal Murray can get back to being bubble Jamal Murray, and then you add Bradley Beal on top of that with the way that Jokic is playing, this could be a scary team, especially if you make one more move to add another, decent role player off the bench. Then this team could be a legitimate championship team, which is what they're actually trying to become. So I think you do make this trade. I do think you trade Michael Porter Jr. for Bradley Beal, and I don't think you would regret it unless Bradley Beal obviously get a major injury, or I think that's the only way this trade fails, is if Michael Porter Jr. Exceeds him because Bradley Beal getting an injury. But I don't see Michael Porter Jr. being able to reach the heights that Bradley Beal can, already provide, and he still has potential to become a little bit better before he's in his 30s. So, you're getting a sure thing. You're getting something that, is already going to perform, and you already get something that's already proven. So you make this move easily. But, then it's just about trying to go all in and trying to get that title. And it's going to be tough beating teams like the Nets and the Lakers and the Clippers. But those are the teams you're going to have to beat anyway to win the title. So you can't really whine and complain if you can't beat them, because that's the whole point of making this move. Other than that, let me know what you guys think. Will Bradley Beal make them a championship team? Is he the missing piece? Will he make them, the team to be in the Western Conference? Will they be better than the Lakers? Can they beat the Lakers in a 7-game series if they do get Bradley Beal? Or, are they better off keeping Michael Porter Jr. because he has a bigger size and more athletic and more better rebounder, and he has more upside to be better? Or, do they already say, well, we got Jamal Murray, we got Jokic, and we add a 35-point scorer. This is the guy that we need. This is the guy that can take us to the next level, and then make a small move to get another wing or another guard off that bench. And now we have enough to win it all. Now it's just about staying healthy and seeing what we do in the playoffs. At the end of the day, Murray usually plays decent in the playoffs, and Jokic is dominant in the playoffs, and so is Bradley Beal. So it makes sense for them to do this trade, and if that's the case, and that's what's been shown, and that's what's been proven. Other than that, check out my website. That'll be in the description, comment section below. My Facebook page will be in the comments in the description below. Like on Facebook, like on the videos, and share. Check out my older videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Quinn Wade basketball analysis. I'm going, and let me know what you guys think about Denver possibly trading for Bradley